YouTube, it's Rico, man. I'm back with another video. Y'all see what we got going on, man. We reacting to that Lakers versus Rockets game 1, man. Highlights. Now, before we get started, man, I gotta say, last night, man, game was good. But it wasn't the best game, obviously, for the Lakers. But I definitely felt like they could have won last night. But once that third to start of the fourth came, pretty much, man, they ended up letting the Rockets do what they do best, shooting the ball and getting buckets that they should have been able to contest and actually guard better. But it is what it is. Rockets also had a lot of open looks last night that also kept the Lakers out the game. But, man, overall, great game between the two up until those points. But Rockets definitely earned that W last night. It is what it is. They did what they had to do, and James Harden had a monster game. I think he finished the first half with like 20 plus, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he finished the first half with over 20. But other than that, though, man, Russ also had a great game. Definitely got real hype towards the end and stuff, and y'all seen what he was saying to the crowd and stuff. You know, they had to put that in the highlights all over Facebook and YouTube and shit. But it is what it is, though. Rockets definitely earned the first game W, like I said before. But second game, definitely going to be another good game. But this time I feel like the Lakers definitely got what it takes to take that game. But we're going to see what they do, the adjustments and all that stuff. And other than that, we're going to get into this video. But let me start the screen record. Alright, that started, and video starting now.
James Harden on Davis right now. Houston switching a lot. Danny Green inside in traffic and gets it to go.
That was a good time. Also, I want to say, man, I believe I was just saying this earlier because a lot of the sports medias over Facebook was just saying, is the Lakers in panic mode or whatever the hell they were saying in the post. But I was like, oh yeah, it was saying, should people be worried after they game 1 loss? And I honestly said, all we really need is for KCP, Green, and Kuz to do more, especially without just shooting the 3 all the time. Look to drive the ball and stuff like he just did this first play, man. I feel like Green definitely got enough to do basically a fake and then go to the drive or whatever he want to do, man, to get to the rim. But he definitely got the skill set to do it, man. I don't see why he don't do that a lot more instead of just always looking the majority of the time to shoot the 3 or whatever it is. But I feel like he got to start attacking the basket, even though that's not really his game, but he got enough skills to do it. So I feel like he definitely need to utilize that part of his game more, and that'll open the court up for the Lakers real well. Also, I ain't even going to get into that last part yet. I'm going to just let this go ahead and continue on. And then
Davis blocks Russell Westbrook, and Davis looked like he took a shot in the face. Coming up court slowly. LeBron dips his shoulder and gets to the bucket.
Good take, good take.
LeBron staying right in front of him. Harden shook him.
That was almost a block. James Harden got one of those floaters. I forgot who else got a floater like that. It's like literally like him and a couple of other people that know how to do a floater where it look like it's about to get blocked, but it doesn't get blocked at all. Like, that shit weird. But he just happened to be one of those players that makes it either way, even though it look like it's about to get blocked, but it just finds his way to go in.
He understands where he's going to impact this game offensively. Anthony Davis rolling to the basket and good.
Good take.
JaVale McGee against Westbrook, who made a lot of mid-range shots like that one in the earlier meeting.
You gotta live with that. Russ, he know how to hit them bank shots. I done seen him hit that bank shot so many times. That's what he really worked on that. He hit a couple actually last night too.
He's really done his ability to play multiple positions, stretch 4 and also stretch 5, and he's shooting the basketball.
And they was killing with the ball movement, man. They had so many open shots in the corner last night, it made no sense.
Like another coach on the floor, and James Harden.
Gotta live with that. That's just how he played the game. He could shoot that no matter who in front of him.
Good ball from Tucker in his favorite spot, and he catches it. three-star prospect.
PJ Tucker had a monster game last night for his role. Like, he literally did what he's supposed to do for the Rockets, and I can't argue with that. He did good on the offensive end and the defensive end. He definitely didn't let AD or Bron do what they want to do, but I guarantee next game is going to be a lot different just because they're going to be more aggressive next game. We already seen it the last series when everybody was saying after game 1, should the Lakers fans and all that be worried, and people were like, nah. So we all seen what happened with that series. But I ain't saying this series is technically going to go the same as that one, but in a sense, it's going to be the same like last series. They're going to come out more aggressive game 2, and they're going to do what they didn't do in game 1. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Prospect at the time, mid-major prospect, grew 7 inches over the next year.
Russ too fast. I already said he one of the best ISO players, man, because he could take you off the dribble and he could stop and go without a problem. Good and play by Moran. Good three. And Rondo had a great game last night on his first game back. No cap. Yeah, he ain't shoot the ball too well, but at the beginning of the game, he was playing real well. So shout out to Rondo. Caruso also had a good game, but it's just on fouls. It just kept him out. Also, what y'all call that, man? Y'all call that a poster, or y'all just call that a player trying to get a charge called? Because I honestly seen so many freaking people yesterday say, "Oh, that wasn't no poster. He was only trying to get a contact charge or whatever." But at the end of the day, if your body makes contact with the person that's about to attempt a dunk, and he happens to actually dunk the ball, I feel like that's indeed a poster. Like, there's no other way. If your body makes contact with the dunker, that's a poster. Because I can look up a Sean Kemp highlight and he'll literally do a dunk and a person not really even trying to jump. Because it's so dunk where I seen a person wasn't really trying to jump. They did one of these, look like they tried to duck and get out the way type thing. But Sean Kemp, of course, y'all know what he do. He dunked on him. So people classify that as a poster, but they don't classify this as a poster. I don't know, man. But comment down below what y'all call that one.
Feed from Caruso. LeBron running the lane. Russell Westbrook trying to take the charge. Grown man move. This time Danny Green trying to do it.
And he had a couple of them last night, man. Definitely next game they gotta cut back on hacking them on layups and shit. Little step back three.
6-inch height advantage. And shoots it over the top. Davis knocks down.
Good turnaround. Good pass, good ball movement. That corner, man. That corner.
From the corner. He scored the last 6. Now they double hard now top and get the steal. Green on the
good
break.
defense.
And Danny Green throws it down. With different look. Gordon back to Jeff Green, who's been shooting it well from deep in the playoffs. Gordon has done well here on this second shift. As I say that, he turns it over. 2-on-1, Westbrook takes it all the way himself.
Good take by Russ, man. Hey, he can't get stopped on that drive. I'm sorry.
Westbrook attacks from the slide and gets the layup.
He too fast with it, man. He too fast with it.
Who's looking to have his hands full here. Harden with the 3.
You can't do nothing with that, man. I told y'all can guard and contest that all y'all want to. When James Harden own, he own. There ain't no stopping that. That's just the way he is, man. You gotta live with the results as long as you contest.
James Harden turns it over. Good rotation on defense by Anthony Davis. Here's LeBron. Lobs it up and McGee slams it home. No double team. Shot clock down to 2. Just got it off in time. Westbrook on LeBron. LeBron ate it up at the
good defensive stop and then a fast break. Take it on the other end. Good play.
Great anticipation by Harden.
Definitely got to cut back on the turnovers next game for sure. They killed last night off the turnovers.
Along with Jeff Green. Gordon from the corner fires, got it.
Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, and Harden, whenever he occasionally hits the corner. For some reason, I don't really see Harden shoot corner threes like that. comment down below if I'm the only one that really be seeing that. Like Harden, when he shoot his threes, it's usually at the wing, at the top of the court, or at the top of the 3-point line, whatever you want to call it, right in the middle. But I don't really see him shoot corner threes that as much. But Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker can't leave them open at all, man. That's their favorite spots on the court to shoot that three.
But again, Anthony Davis catches it against a small guy, but he's at the top of the key, so I can live with it defensively. It's a fadeaway mid-range, and that's valuable. People now, some of the best that he's ever done it off the floor. There will be growing appreciation for what he does. Last score to Austin Rivers. But Austin Rivers is quicker than Gossett. Wow, what a move!
Too many N1s last night, man.
Change gears and go downhill, so you backpedal, and that's why they won the MVP, because it made them unbalanced. Did a better job in the third quarter, taking the ball out of his hands, being earlier to help. We got to do the same in the fourth.
Thanks, Coach. Marks.
I like what you did there, Cassidy. Marks. Doesn't have to be personal, Eric.
Eric Gordon last night, I don't know what it was, but Kuzma just could not stay in front of him. Kuzma was damn near biting on everything Eric Gordon was tossing at him. Like, Eric Gordon would fake him one way and make him go that way, and then he'll just go the other way and get an easy finish, bro. Kuz, you gotta be more observant. Like, if you gotta pay more attention to how he played, pretty much, because 9 times out of 10, you could have definitely had played better defense last night on those drives. But hey, man, you gotta just pay more attention to where he gonna actually go with the ball. Because if you pay attention to where a player likes to usually go in the game, you're gonna know what hand they like to finish with. 9 times out of 10, they're not always gonna go to the left if they're a right-hand person, man. So Eric Gordon, he'll play you, make you go one way, but then end up going the other way and finish out the run with an easy layup. You gotta be able to stop all of that for real.
Big score, because this is a Rockets team that's gaining more and more confidence. Rondo for deep and drills it.
Good shot.
He died on that PJ Tucker screen. Tucker drilled it. Wide open, Eric Gordon all day to tee it up.
And I feel like that play definitely took them out the game, man. Cause that once that three ball get rolling for the Rockets, man, pretty much like the Warriors, man. Once they get hot from the 3-point range, you got them in the rhythm. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard night for y'all, for real. The defense takes down, bro.
He's playing with a sense of urgency. Didn't have his way offensively, but didn't give up on the play, which is so crucial. We have seen him gets it back. But again, Russell Westbrook should think this is not going to happen. And he drills the
He was on last night.
Harden, floater in the paint, contact, block, and one.
I don't know, man. Last night, I felt like they definitely bailed James Harden out on a couple of those drives. One, because AD, he's already out of the restricted area, and I felt like he was planted a couple of times in where he's supposed to be for a charge. But the refs, they of course called the blocking foul, man. So pretty much James Harden definitely took advantage of that. He already knows the refs is going to basically call everything. It don't matter if you're Steph, if you're Clay, whoever. If you a person that is good at finding ways for your opponents to foul you, damn near every time you get touched is gonna be a foul. It just is. You can't stop that. The refs is gonna basically call that every single time. You ain't even gotta really physically push a motherfucker, and they gonna call the foul. So it is what it is on that though. But James Harden definitely went to the line a lot and racked up on points for sure. They gotta clamp all that down. Simple.
Count it. James Harden with a little bit of it. Right now, we fall in love with the Rockets. Offense, the Lakers haven't scored. That's their first basket in the last 4+ minutes. Lakers really static offensively.
Can't have stretches like that, man.
Davis, Rondo hovering on the 3-point line. Davis underneath and one. Ball gets it. Gets the home and the hoop. This is great energy and effort by Anthony Davis. Biggest guy on the floor. Got to be aggressive from the jump, setting the tone. And they haven't been. They've been tentative. he'd be proud. Had to leave the bubble earlier in July when they first got here.
That's just too good for James Harden, man. That money, that shot is just money for him at this point.
And Green hits the three. Talk about offensive basketball.
That three ball is just
pretty amazing things.
original to him. Like, it's nothing
This
to
defense
do.
by the Rockets has shown well in the playoffs. Job in his hometown and beyond. Basketball's brother Dan.
Pretty much the end, y'all. But shout out to the Rockets for that W last night. But Lakers definitely got to come hard in the next game. But yeah, man. Like I was saying earlier, for the Lakers to win next game, they definitely got to attack that basket more, man. You can't take AD in basically at the top of the key shooting the mid-range or a turnaround mid-range. You got to let him post up in the post and get the ball more down low in the paint, man. Because once he in the paint and he ain't got to worry about backing down all the way down, because you already know the help defense is going to be there. So the Rockets last night, they was not letting nobody back them down without help defense. And if that person wanted to take them ISO or whatever you want to call it, they pretty much had backup once that person got past them. So it wasn't really easy finishes for the Lakers all night. But definitely Lakers got to start getting him more closer to the rim, posting up, and then get the ball. But they also got to let Dwight and JaVale McGee get post-up plays too, man, because they so big, man. You gotta utilize that against a lineup that's really not even above 6'3". I mean 6'6". But yeah, man, Lakers gonna have to definitely utilize their big man more in that post area, and gotta compensate, man, because right now Rockets, they just too good with the three ball, man. You ain't gonna outshoot the Rockets, especially with this team. Yeah, we got some decent shooters, but right now they definitely don't match up to the Rockets in terms of that shooting power, man. They just gotta be able to compensate with that by attacking the paint, man. Because once you got Bron, AD, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard attacking the post constantly, those guys ain't gonna be able to hold them all game. Especially when you're pressuring them every single time y'all in a post area. Like once you get to backing them down and stuff all game and just abusing them in the post, that's pretty much your way to win. But PJ Tucker, like I said, stepped up last night, but AD and Bron wasn't too aggressive like they should have been late in the game. But like I said, next game I feel like they definitely gonna do that. So they're gonna have to play more ready to play basically in the drive game or the post up game. That's all they can basically do for this series, man. Cause that three ball, can't depend on it, man. We ain't got that much dependable shooters on the team right now. Green was supposed to be that guy, but y'all seen how he been this whole year. He's been on and off, on and off, on and off, and not never ever consistent. But it is what it is, though, man. I want to see more driving from them, and also to end the video too, I want to also say, shoot, y'all gotta start playing JR and Dion. Yeah, JR ain't been shooting good, but y'all gotta realize he just got signed in the second half of the season, and he's been rusty. And on top of that, he's only been playing here and there, and he doesn't even play like the way he was playing when he was with the Cavs. He's not even looking to basically shoot the ball. He's already automatically just looking to pass the ball once he checks in for the Lakers, because that's different. And I can tell because I've been watching the Cavs games ever since 2018, 2017, and 2016, and 2015, how JR was playing. But he definitely ain't playing like how he was for the Cavs, man. But I feel like if you put him on the court and use him as bait, mentally, that's going to make Rockets try to decide if they should double team or try to not leave him open or whatever. Because if you leave him open, he going to make you pay. I'm sorry, but hey, he's a shooter still. Even if he rusty right now, you still can't take that chance of leaving him open just because he's able to make those type of shots. But yeah, man, Lakers definitely got to utilize everybody off the bench, man. You can't just keep letting Kuz and Green and KCP run everything, even though they be playing good here and there. But at the same time, you can't take no chances of them having off nights and then you just putting in JR or Dion late in the game. Like, it ain't no point. You got to utilize them every single quarter, not just one quarter here and there when y'all already getting blown out. You got to utilize those guys early in the game. But we're gonna see what the adjustments and stuff do for the Lakers next game. We're gonna see how that turn out, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new, and I'll see y'all later on. Peace.